Welcome to Messages from the Angels, a unique TV show podcast serving as a light beacon. Our mission is to help you understand the abundant spiritual support from angels and non-dual beings. These beings can assist you in all areas of your life, provide spiritual guidance, offer hope, and healing. I'm Judy Jewett, your producer and host. I'm sharing these messages from the angels and non-dual light beings on each episode with you. Each episode is infused with pure light and love to be uplifting, inspirational, and empowering, helping you raise your vibration. Whether you're a seasoned expert on angels and everything spiritual or just starting your journey, this TV show podcast has something for everyone. Please make sure that you like the show, and that means we'll get more viewers, of course, and share it with your friends. Sit back, relax, and dive into today's episode. Today's guest is Shelley Pinnell. She is a licensed therapist of many years who teaches serenity vibration healing. It is known as SVH. She travels to sacred sites to assist with the Earth's dimensional frequency. She specializes in profound change with clients, clearing ancestral prenatal birth and current life issue blocks interfering with their spiritual progress. Shelley works closely with her spiritual team and was recently gifted by Archangel Gabriel with a real-time heart-centered immersion process. She will explain what is happening as part of the process and then invite Gabriel to conduct the process with you. Please read down below how to reach Shelley and more information also about how you can contact Shelley and myself. With that, I would like to bring on our guest. Hello, Shelley.
Hi, Judy. Thanks for having me on your show. I watch it and I really enjoy it myself.
Well, good, good. I've been wanting to have you on for a long time, and I'm so glad that you had some time to do it today. First thing I want to talk about today is, we've known each other 14 years. and
Wow.
and we have been best buds in 14 years. And one thing that makes our relationship work is our honesty with each other. As you know, we don't always agree, and it's okay because we say that, we work through it, and we move on. And that's very unique in a relationship.
Special.
Yeah, very, very, very special. So the one reason I picked Shelley to ask her to be a guest is because she has amazing results with her clients. So if you could, you call them patients or clients?
Clients.
Clients. Would you please share a little bit about why you're so fantastic and spectacular in what you do?
Well, I have been at it for a long time. That's one reason. And I don't want to date myself by telling you how long, but um, I have worked in many realms. I've worked in hospital settings, employee assistance program settings, a 25-year stint in community mental health as a um, someone who trained other therapists and did multiple modalities. And then as my career grew, I realized I was much more interested in doing the therapy myself. I also even taught at OSU in the College of Social Work for a while, how to do brief therapy and some of those things. But as I grew and my spiritual development proceeded with all the modalities that I was learning and the life experiences I was having, I wanted to go in a direction that was more, gave me more freedom, especially to pursue a little bit more spiritual path with clients that were open to it. The last 10 years or so, I've been able to travel the world. My first big trip was inspired, well, my first solo trip without my family was actually to Bimini, and that was where I found out I could communicate with the dolphins, and that was pretty fun. Um, but the first really far away trip was to Bosnia Herzegovina at the time, and I'd had a vision that um, kind of spurred that. I was at a conference, and the man who had discovered the pyramids was Was he sponsoring it? No, he was just a guest there. And his wife had brought some stones that had been pulled out from the tunnels underneath the pyramids. And there's still dispute about that because I don't think Egypt wants to acknowledge that there's a lot of other pyramids in other parts of the world that kind of downplay that. But it's still um, a very wonderful place. So I had this vision. I think it was a soul lineage vision of myself. I was experiencing being a person in an earlier time period, actually filling up the tunnels with stones and debris and that sort of thing, because we were shutting the pyramids down then. And I cried and it's very sad, but that's when I knew that and then I also had a dream that I had to go to Bosnia, and it was really, really an amazing experience. And then since then, I've traveled primarily with my SVH friends, but I've been to a lot of places. I've been to Morocco and Egypt and um, all of Southern Europe and Scotland, and it's been really wonderful. And at each of these places, we wasn't just traveling or doing stuff. And I think that some of the stuff we've been doing is finally coming full circle, and things are starting to really shift and change, and that's really exciting for all of us.
That is really good. Really good. So why SVH? What makes it stand out?
Well, although I didn't know this at the time, I had a very frustrating week in my office, and I just felt like I wasn't helping people enough. That the old modalities that I was using, they helped some, but I wanted to get people farther, faster, heal them faster, heal them more deeply and profoundly. So I had a bit of an argument with the creator, and I was like, this is not good enough. And then I kind of forgot about that, recovered over the weekend, and then a year or two later, I met a woman at my chiropractor's office, and there was something very different about her. Later, she became my teacher and my good friend, and we traveled together and best friends too now. But I, she was much younger than me, and I didn't usually, you know, seek out people that weren't closer to my age. I don't know why I should. Um, so so we went to lunch and we talked, and I said, "There's something different about you. Can you tell me what it is?" I had to pull it out of her, but she did Serenity Vibration Healing, and she was a practitioner and a teacher. So I started studying with her, and that was probably about 7 or 8 years ago now. And Serenity's been around for almost 25 years now, and it's just one of those modalities that's um, well, actually, it was gifted by the creator. It came through a woman named Jill Marie, who's the founder of SVH. There's many different levels of it now. Things keep evolving and changing and growing because the universe continues to grow and evolve and change. Um, and we're at a very, seminal critical point right now. A lot of people think that we're still in, or that we're moving into fifth dimensional reality. But the truth is, we're already beyond that. Um, and the highest that the earth can go and still stay in physical form is with a sixth dimensional reality. And part of the reason that some of my old techniques and modalities weren't working as well, because they were created in 3D and they had a 3D mentality. And not everyone is caught up to 6D. Some people may not ever catch up to 6D. And that's free will choice. But there's no doubt about the fact that SVH is a 6D modality because of where it came from and how it was given to us.
Wow, that's astounding. And I myself, being a master healer in my own modality, is going to be starting SVH training with you this Wednesday.
Two days.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I really am. Let's go on a little bit more with about how did you receive this exercise from Archangel Gabriel? Or you don't have to say how or why, just give us a little bit of information about that.
Well, I've channeled for a long time. Actually, for a long time, I didn't realize I was channeling, but when I was with my clients, a lot of times what was coming out was not coming from me. I finally figured that out at one point. So now I'm able to more directly, communicate um, with the angels and the masters and, the higher level guides. And I had a particularly rough holiday because I was in the middle of a bad breakup, missed out on Christmas. The day after Christmas, um, Archangel Gabriel came in and started talking to me and telling me that he was going to do this profound heart immersion for me to help my heart. And I was like, well, yeah, my heart really needs some help right now. And he did it on me, and he went into quite a bit of detail about, what was happening and how it was working. And then he said that basically this was not just for me, but I needed to experience it first. It was something that I was being gifted to share with others. And that was really exciting to me. The first time I got to do that was at the Salt Cave in Plain City, where a group of people came, and I the did it as a group for the first time, and people really liked it. And the thing that's interesting about it is that the angels and guides that I work with are very familiar with SVH. Some of them actually participate in it. And so I was also guided how to um, make it an even deeper heart healing by not just having the healing, but you know how, like, if you have a scab, this heart healing goes from the inside out. So we all have layers and layers of trauma in our heart and scarring and scabbing. And so if you're healing something from the inside out, what happens? Just like when you're healing a wound on your skin, eventually the scab kind of falls off. And so the healing comes from the archangel and God, but the clearing of the scab material is kind of like what, a little bit of debris or toxins that need to be removed from your system. So the clearing part of it is, getting it out of your system entirely.
Good. That's awesome. Okay, so you're going to share your this healing modality with us, and I want you to go ahead and take over and go ahead and begin.
Okay. Well, the SVH part of it is more minimal. But with Serenity Vibration Healing, one of the things that we do is that we always ask, we always use either non-manipulative techniques. So straight prayer would be a good example of a non-manipulative intervention. But if we're doing techniques, we ask for a higher level of permission from the person's higher self, because your higher self knows what we're doing. The higher self can see it from that other level. We talk about a screen, and we put stuff on your screen, and your higher self can kind of see what we've put on there, and it knows if so. With SVH, when we're doing actual processes or shields or techniques, one of the things that we always do is have the client look at this pretend movie theater or computer screen that's in front of them, and then every single time ask their higher self if it's in their highest interest to have this implemented on their behalf. If it feels affirmative and they get a yes, then they just say yes, and then we kind of send it out like a prayer, because SVH is considered to be a type of prayer modality, actually. So what I will do is at the end of the heart immersion healing process with Gabriel, I will go ahead and do this clearing for you. I could do it without telling you anything about it, and you'd still get the clearing and it would work, but I want to give you a little feel for what we're doing with SVH, what some of the possibilities are and how it works so you understand it. But now, Archangel Gabriel is going to take center stage here. He called it the angel heart healing. And although it's from Archangel Gabriel, Michael is also always present when it's happening. Michael works very close with us in SVH. He's kind of like the guardian of it on that higher level. So, got a couple, I'm sure you have more than a couple, but we've got two really good angels there. It's kind of funny because when I was telling people about Gabriel doing this and asked them what they thought about Gabriel or what their associations with Gabriel were, there weren't many. He's in the Bible a few times. One is when he comes and speaks to Mary, I think, when she's pregnant with Jesus. But most people couldn't remember, what the biblical references were or what it was that Gabriel did. But I love him. He's very, very wonderful. So in this heart healing, what he's doing, he's going after those places in your heart that have never been healed. And they're just going to be saturated with unconditional love energy, um, of very highest order. And so your only job as you're doing this is to just kind of notice and, let the experience come into you, keep your awareness focused on your heart area. And you may feel it in other parts of your body because it does trigger um, movement of the Kundalini energy through the body, and it kind of goes up even beyond your crown and back. So if you're kind of head focused and you're feeling it in your head, just bring your awareness back to your heart area. But it's a deep sensory healing. It's not a visualization. It is real. It's taking place in real time. The angels can multiply themselves and be with, more than one person at one time. When I was little, I always wondered how that worked. That it's true, they can do it. And so, one of the reasons for this lovely heart healing is that, people do a lot of things to try to help themselves, right? They do therapy, they do exercise, they do all kinds of stuff. But people are still very filled with fear. And it's comforting for some people even to hang on to their pain. And so with this type of energy, what's really lovely is that it makes it easy just for these scabs and layers of stuff that need clear to start to loosen up and just dissolve, which is wonderful. Um, it's kind of like the layers are kind of like, snow falling in the winter if you live in a colder climate. That there's a layer of snow and then it snows again over that, snows again over that. So that's why you need things to go on this deeper level. And you could watch this video again and again and do it either when you're triggered into a heart issue and feel like you'd like to experience it again, or you can just do it to proactively clear as much as you can, which is what we do. We go after everything that we can. And we have 125,000 years of genetics of humanity, you know, build up problems in us. So there's plenty to be clear. There's plenty that needs cleared. So when you do this, just center your mind uh, like on your heart of hearts. And if a memory does come up or um, you get an idea of what you think it's about, just think about whatever is happening and it'll loosen that particular issue up even more. So right now, I'm going to invite Archangel Gabriel. Would you please come in and help us with this? Do your thing with this wonderful heart-centered immersion. And he will be standing beside you, and his right hand is in front of your heart, in front of your heart area, and the left hand is in the back of your heart. And he brought his wings this time because he wants to kind of encapsulate you under the wings. And these angels are tall, and so he's able to kind of put his head and just rest his head on top of your head as you're experiencing this. So just begin to notice the energy as it starts to come through. As some people may feel it more from the outside in to start with. And sometimes people feel it more deeply on the inside. There's no right or wrong about how you do this. So just keep your awareness focused on your heart area, allowing yourself to be wrapped up, saturated, immersed in this beautiful, beautiful energy. Kind of unconditional love, like we all wish we could do all the time. But as humans, we don't always. But now you can just take it in, feel the comfort, know that it's safe to relax and just bring it in. And just you may want to even describe in your own head how you're feeling. As the energy comes through. That's right, that's good. Just notice it. And that the ideal immersion is at least about 2.5 minutes. So we'll make sure that you stay in the energy for that long. Simple. There's nothing that you need to do except receive. Nothing's being expected of you or asked of you. Just pure love energy. And at some point in this process, you'll begin to notice that the energy's kind of peaked and then maybe starting to taper down. And you become aware that it's reaching its own natural conclusion. And I can feel him beginning to step aside now. So in a few moments, you can just intend to bring your consciousness back to the room where you are. Opening your eyes if they were closed. If they weren't, if you're looking in my eyes, you might have felt Gabriel kind of speaking and looking through me. Very good. So now we'll do the little SVH part of it if you're ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm choosing to create a protocol for all of you that will facilitate the complete dissolution on a physical level of any of these heart issues that were loosened up and might be starting to float around in there. And just we ask that that be cleared. Very simple. And right now, you can pretend that you're looking at a screen and ask your highest self if it's in your highest interest to have this implemented on your behalf by your higher self and the creator. And if so, just say yes quietly. And so it is. Looks like you did it along with us, Judy.
Yes, I thought that would be nice if I could do that.
Anything that you'd like to share about your experience? Usually when I'm doing it with people directly or in a group, I can ask them how it was for them.
No, I don't have, I'm very relaxed right now. I wondered
Good.
if I could really completely relax since I'm the producer of the show.
I know you're doing 10 different things at one
Yeah,
time.
so I think I just, yeah, but I wanted, I mean, I know it's so soothing and I sense that later on I'll feel the difference.
And you can always go back and do it again.
Yes, that is true.
And you
Thank
don't have
you.
to, you're
Yeah.
welcome.
No, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate your explanation. I appreciate the extra part of SVH. Actually, the energy does feel very high right now. So I'll be getting in a car driving this. I will really enjoy it. I'll just,
Good.
yeah.
And you will also make sure you have the vehicle protection shield just in case you're feeling really high.
Okay, well, that'll be nice. Yeah, very, very, very nice. Um, I just want to remind everybody, you will find more about Shelley down below. And you will know how also to contact me. I have a quiz you can take on your energy. Until then, thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon.
Judy.